Yeah.
That's what's up. So I'm in another bar.
Okay.
All right. This one you're going to have to tell me what it is.
Okay.
All right. I see commitment, then I swerve. This shit is for the birds.
Yeah.
So commitment's for the birds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can get into it. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, y'all
Into
ready?
it. Let's get into it.
Yeah. So what song is that?
Yeah, so that's Swerve. And honestly, so I wrote that song. I wrote the guy version and I wrote the girl version.
Okay.
Got it.
Or Nate's verse as well. And that was just like me just, as we know, relationships and all of that stuff has changed, right? Like, it's really hard to talk about relationships these days because I feel like I don't even know how to put it. Just like the stuff that was instilled in me, like as a child, like growing up is like not
No longer applies.
no.
Yeah, no
Hell
longer
no.
applies.
You know what I mean? It's like
Doesn't even exist.
sometimes I'm like thinking to myself, like, wait, so I'm wrong if I want someone to take care of me? Like, wait, what? It's not a thing. So when I wrote Swerve, it was just kind of like everybody was going through a phase. Even now, commitment is scarce. Like, people will be married, but they have, I don't know.
They had a side piece? Is that what you're saying?
They have like an understanding of what is okay. You know what I mean? And like how I grew up was just like, if that's what you decided to do, then that's what you committed to. It was a God thing. It was like all of this stuff. But these days it seems like, it's not disloyal to cheat, or cheating is a thing, like to have another person or to have an understanding with your person. So that was my motivation of writing Swerve, because I couldn't do it. It was like all these people I was dating, they'd be like, so how do you feel about,
You going to do your thing, me going to do
like
my
we're
thing?
together, but like if I want to talk to her, like would that annoy you? Like, what do you mean? Yes. You know what I mean? But
Because I did say all of these people I'm dating, so I'm assuming you dating multiple dudes at one time.
well, can't you date multiple dudes at one time?
Dates.
I'm just saying.
But you're saying
I've gone on dates.
that commitment, like once it's
gotcha.
me and you.
Yeah, once it's me and you, and we're like, we decide on that. Don't you think that it should be like an us thing, not a like us, and if I get bored, we can go talk to other people. And
So are you? So do you struggle with commitment?
I won't do commitment now.
Wait, you said you won't?
I won't be committed to anyone. Like I struggle with like even wanting a relationship. I guess I could say that because it's just like too much. Like I'd rather not even get into.
Is that because of your career or just because of what you experienced in the past?
Experience and just like a lot of what I see these days and a lot of what people
the Cash App, huh?
I guess like a lot of what people decide that they're like, okay, no, I'm just gonna be cool with that in order to be with this person. It's like, nah, I'd rather be by myself than like,
No.
In between.
Fair enough.
Yeah, absolutely. So you feel like technology, the way you meet people nowadays, like that's not really, I mean, I don't know. Does that have anything to do with it? I don't want to put words in your mouth.
This is how I feel. I feel like you can meet someone, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could be really interested in someone.
Yeah.
But these days you're competing with like social media. You're competing with the fact that you might be into someone and they might be into you, but then there's like 12 other people in their DMs. You know what I mean? Or saying good morning or liking their picture or commenting under their shit. So if you don't have someone who is like on the same level as you and you guys don't have an understanding of what it is, then that's what you're really competing with.
But my DMs are so dry. It's like it's fellas laughing is pretty much my DM.
Courtney's spot on. So
That's true.
With all that being said,
Yeah.
I'm sure your DMs aren't dry.
No. Well, no. They are.
Yeah.
They're
So-
dry.
so it's a two-way
my
street.
DMs are dry.
No. So an attractive woman in the entertainment space, like how do you give them a Heisman?
Like, to be honest, I really only answer I really only open a message or a DM if it's like business. You know what I mean?
But how do you know if it's business?
Because
or
you
not?
can see that first little line. Hey, you know what I mean? Like, you can tell. And that's how I am right now. I just I don't want to find love on the internet.
What? But
Got it.
is there another way to find like?
So
are you gonna find love in Lawrence and Larimer?
Your love.
I don't know, but I just don't. I mean, I just.
Your
I
love
don't
language.
find it on Instagram.
So let's.
Who
just
did
hearing
computer
her-
love back in the day?
Zap Roger.
Zap Roger.
Hey, they called it.
No, but it's for some. I know plenty of people who have found
that's a bar.
Apps
like
and they're in love.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you because it's only a matter of time before they out me as the only single dude here. But
Short
like
daddy.
you can't help where you meet somebody.
You can't.
Sometimes. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, you can, but you also have to. Well, for me, and so this is where I might be wrong. Is like I feel like, okay, if there's somebody who's like in my DMs, right, or whatever, there's potential that person is in someone else's, and someone else's, and someone else's. And so, like, if we meet and everything is cool, and then maybe we do like each other for a while, to me, I feel like after so long, they're gonna be just right back in somebody's DMs.
Your love language is so 90s R&B.
It
is.
Your love language is
I'm
so
an old soul.
90s R&B.
You hit a home run with that.
That's what her love language is.
It
like
is.
she like but your love language is love.
Jodeci.
Your love language is meet me at the mall, write my number down on a piece of paper.
You think?
We go home and we chat on the phone. Social media is not even involved in this.
I don't think she talks
right,
on the phone.
man. We
She's all
talk.
text.
No, that's why she's 90s R&B. We wasn't texting. The closest thing to a text that we got in the 90s was a 911.
I feel like
You talking to Cole's heart right now.
Yeah.
So you talking to
So you're
Cole's
a
heart
talker
right
or a
now.
texter?
I think I'm probably a talker.
Okay.
Yeah.
90s R&B. Hey man, when the Virgo starts Virgo,
I just
Man,
Virgo,
something's in
you
that
gotta let it
Terramana.
go.
Nah, absolutely.
Oh, look, yeah.
She's 90s
No,
R&B.
I really think I just miss like being able to just like connect with people.
So
You
wait,
know what
real
I'm
quick
saying?
though, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. So
Okay.
you said if you meet somebody and they meet you via the DMs, you think they'll get bored with the relationship or something to happen, they'll revert back to that habit of going back into the DM for the next one.
Mm-hmm.
I would say what is different from that versus like if you meet somebody like in the 90s at a club?
I don't know. I don't want to meet nobody at the club either.
Bang,
There's a
okay.
bunch of
That's why I
sad
said-
people at the
that's-
club.
that's
You
why
know
I
what
said-
That's what
So
I'm
then,
saying.
ideally, how do you want to meet somebody?
At King Supers.
Or at the
Organically.
library?
Right.
Organically.
just
King
like,
Soopers?
right.
No.
Even if it is at the club or social media, just like wherever it happens, I just would hope it just doesn't feel forced and it doesn't feel like a thing. It doesn't feel like you were looking at my page and you're like, damn, you know what I mean? You can look at my page and just be like, she's fine or whatever. She got
I'm
a
gonna
nice
push
body.
back again because
And
you
not-
never
and
go.
not mean nothing.
You're not gonna meet many girls at the grocery store.
You're not. No, I didn't
You're not
say
gonna
that.
meet them. You're not gonna meet them at the gym, like, cause y'all don't want to be bothered at those times. So it's like the only way to meet is like through mutual friends, being at like a house party or a gathering or a cookout, maybe at a Juneteenth or something like that.
You know what's dope?
But those are
give you
so
a good
far
example.
and few between to meet women.
I'm gonna give you a good example of what could happen, right?
Yeah.
I'm a
This
social
is
media type of
euphoric
person.
right here.
Yeah, okay, right. So I'm on
We all
social
in her
media.
business.
Yeah.
I post when I'm gonna do different shows. I post sometimes when I have events where I'm gonna be at, right?
Okay.
So ideally, what I would appreciate is instead of someone sliding into my DMs, like, do you know how different it would be if you like showed up to my show and been like, hey, you know, like I've been like peeping you and I, you know, and I was just wondering if I could take you on a date. Like that's different. You know, that's a whole
That's
you put in
old-fashioned.
effort, you
That's
put in
what
time
that's
in it.
old-fashioned.
And it's not quick.
Nice.
So it's
Okay.
like different. It's like I'd be willing to be like, okay, this
Courtney,
person actually
is
thought
that-
about that.
We stand a chance.
We stand it's not like, man, it's not like saying like, oh, hey, Danae, my Instagram page is X, Y, and Z.
Is it a little stalkerish though if he's doing that?
Not
Like,
to
hey,
me.
I know she's at this event. I'm gonna be there.
Yeah.
Not
Great
for
question.
all about the
Mike.
approach.
I'm just
I feel
saying,
that.
it's
I
all
do
about
feel
the
that, but
approach,
it is
right?
about the approach. If you're just staring at me while I'm at the event, then that's kind of fucking weird. Like you don't speak to me, but you're just in the back. Like that's weird. That's happened. But no, it's happened to where like I've been approached at like my events, and it's like, you know, I've been following you for a while, and I'd just like to take you to dinner to get to know you, or if you're available. Like to me, that means more than just sliding in my DMs and being like, hey, hit me up, text me sometimes. Like, come on, we're grown as fuck, right? Am I tripping?
Yeah, no, like you like
Yeah, you
connection.
tripping.
I do. Like, doesn't that mean more? Okay, this is how I feel about time. Time is very important to me. So even the fact that I'm here, you know what I mean? Like, it means something that you guys asked me to be here, and the fact that I showed up
On time.
I appreciate that.
and I'm like present, right? Like, that should mean something.
And I
to us as
apologize that
people.
we were late.
Well, no, she was like
That's
15
not
minutes
even
late,
the
but it's
thing.
cool.
Nah, she was 7:30 on the dot.
She was here 7:30.
She was here 7:30 on the dot.
With the smile on her face.
But I'm just saying that's something y'all should start thinking about. I mean, like, I don't know.
Yeah, about being on time. Yeah, you're
Not even
absolutely
on
right.
time, but being
We need to be on time. No.
Just in present when you show up for people. It's like, I'm here. And
Yeah, that's
to
what
me,
I'm trying
that's
to
what I like.
talk to my crew.
And for all the fellas out there, listening, because I'm single. So, that's what I like. No.
But
So show up 5
Danae,
minutes early, fellas.
Yep.
But the question
Show
is,
on
are you
time.
single, ready to mingle? Because you was acting like you're not. You act like you're like protecting your heart, but you want.
Absolutely.
But you want to. But
I'm
you really want to
busy.
give it up, but you want to protect it at the same time.
Give it up, pause.
No,
Like,
wait,
no,
wait.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. That was
Fellas,
a good segue.
when I say give it up,
that
she's
was-
meaning
You would make
That's
time.
good.
though.
she's meaning
Right.
making time
that's
for a
okay.
relationship.
Yeah.
It's like
How about
I'm
that?
not gonna, like I said, I'm intentional about time, right? So if I can already tell that someone's on bullshit, you can tell by the way a person carries themselves
sure.
how they're gonna treat you. So it's like,